On a diplomatic mission to the Galactic Council, young Alex sat wide-eyed in the grand chamber, taking in the swirling colors and intricate designs that adorned the walls. It was a day meant for peace. His father, an esteemed ambassador, was there to foster relations between Earth and the diverse species that made up the council. Yet, as the meeting commenced, something felt off. The council members, a mix of towering aliens with luminescent skin and insectoid features, exchanged glances that hinted at something darker than diplomacy. Alex squirmed in his seat, clutching a small device his father had gifted him, a multi-tool he had programmed to translate alien languages. He hoped it would help bridge the cultural gaps he had only begun to understand. Suddenly, the atmosphere shifted. A council member, a stern figure with metallic skin and sharp features, pointed directly at Alex. "This human child has been spying on our discussions. We cannot allow such betrayal to go unpunished." Gasps echoed through the chamber. Alex's heart raced. He had merely been listening, absorbing knowledge, not plotting. The other council members murmured, their expressions shifting from curiosity to suspicion. His father sprang to his feet. "You misunderstand. My son is here to learn, not to conspire," he. But before he could finish, security forces moved in. The guards were imposing, towering figures armed with energy weapons that crackled ominously. Alex felt a surge of panic as they approached, his father's pleas falling on deaf ears. He was whisked away, confusion swirling in his mind like a storm. Days passed in a cold, dark cell. The sterile walls echoed with the sounds of distant voices, the clanging of metal doors, and the occasional crackle of energy shields. Alex clutched the multi-tool tightly, using it to distract himself from the fear gnawing at his insides. He often replayed the last moments he shared with his father, the way hope flickered in his eyes as he promised to fight for Alex's freedom. On the day of his trial, Alex was dragged into the council chamber once more. This time, it felt more like a gladiatorial arena than a space of diplomacy. The council sat in a semicircle, their expressions cold and unyielding. The representative, the one who had accused him, stood up again, this time with an air of finality. "You stand accused of espionage, a crime against the Galactic Council. The penalty is death." Gasps erupted, but Alex remained silent, his heart pounding in his chest. "This is a mistake," he finally managed, his voice trembling. "I didn't do anything wrong. I was just—" "Enough," the representative snapped. "Your very existence is a threat. Humans are known for their ambition and deceit. We will not allow this to fester." As the council deliberated, a flicker of movement caught Alex's eye, a cloaked figure lurking in the shadows. In that instant, Alex felt a surge of hope. The figure's eyes met his, conveying an urgent message, *hold on. Help is coming, *. As the council's decision loomed, Alex closed his eyes and took a deep breath, summoning all his courage. The whispers of an ancient power, stories his father had told him about Earth's forgotten fleet, filled his mind. If only he could survive long enough for humanity to realize the depths of their potential, perhaps they would unite to save him. The gavel struck, echoing through the chamber. "The execution will take place at dawn." The words hung in the air like a death knell, but in Alex's heart, a flicker of defiance ignited. Humanity's reckoning had begun. As dawn broke over Earth, the news of Alex's execution reverberated like a shockwave, shaking the very foundations of society. Televised broadcasts flooded homes with images of the young boy, his wide eyes filled with fear yet tinged with defiance. Across the globe, hearts ached, and outrage ignited like a wildfire. In the heart of New York City, Protesters flooded the streets, holding signs that read, "Save Alex," and "Humanity will not be silenced." The crowd was a cacophony of voices, united in their anger and determination. Mothers hugged their children tightly, envisioning the unthinkable fate awaiting Alex. Social media erupted, hashtags trending within minutes. Hashtag Justice for Alex, hashtag Humanity United. Meanwhile, in a dimly lit war room deep beneath the White House, military leaders convened. The air was thick with tension and urgency as they reviewed the intelligence reports pouring in from Earth's interstellar embassies. "This isn't just about one child," General Roberts stated, slamming his fist on the table. "This is about humanity's place in the galaxy. We cannot let the Council think they can trample over us without consequences." Commander Morgan, a seasoned strategist with a reputation for being pragmatic, listened intently. He'd have fought in battles across the stars, but was haunted by the ghosts of his past. "We need to respond decisively," he said, his voice steady yet filled with an undercurrent of dread. Activating the ancient fleet could show the Council the true power of humanity. But can we even trust it? Those ships have been dormant for decades. The room fell silent as the weight of his words sank in. Alex's family, present in the room, had become symbols of a cause greater than themselves. They had joined the meeting, their faces lined with worry but resolute. Alex's mother, Claire, spoke up, her voice fierce. "Our son is innocent. We can't just sit back and let them kill him. If the fleet is our only hope, then we must awaken it." After hours of heated debate, a decision was reached. The ancient fleet would be activated. The military's research teams rushed to locate the coordinates of the long-lost vessels, buried in the annals of history. Old blueprints were retrieved, and forgotten technology was examined, with scientists scrambling to piece together the complex systems. As the news spread, the public's fervor grew. Crowds gathered outside military bases, chanting and demanding action. Online forums buzzed with speculation about the ancient fleet and its capabilities. Could these forgotten ships really turn the tide in favor of humanity? The hope and fear intertwined, creating an electric atmosphere of urgency. In the weeks that followed, preparations were underway. Engineers worked around the clock, fueled by coffee and determination, restoring the ships to operational status. Commander Morgan oversaw the operation, coordinating with a team of top engineers and historians who had studied the fleet's lore for years. With each restored ship, a sense of pride surged among the crew, as if the very spirit of humanity had awakened with them. As the final days before the fleet's activation approached, Claire began speaking at rallies, her impassioned speeches galvanizing the public. "We are not merely Earthlings. We are part of a larger universe. We cannot let them extinguish our light." Her words inspired countless individuals to join the cause, mobilizing resources and volunteers for the upcoming mission. In the shadows of the council chamber, Alex remained unaware of the growing storm around him. He clung to the hope ignited by that mysterious figure, silently vowing to be the beacon for humanity's future. But as he prepared to face the inevitable, he also sensed that a reckoning was coming, one that would forever change the relationship between Earth and the Galactic Council. The stakes had never been higher, and the fight for justice had only just begun. The day had finally arrived. As the sun rose, casting golden rays over the sprawling naval base, an air of anticipation electrified the atmosphere. The ancient fleet lay dormant in a hidden hangar, shrouded in mystery and dust. It had been decades since anyone had laid eyes on the magnificent ships, once the pride of humanity, now lost to the passage of time. Commander Morgan stood at the front of a large control room, surrounded by engineers and military personnel. Monitors displayed blueprints of the fleet, each ship a testament to human ingenuity. The walls buzzed with a blend of excitement and anxiety as the team prepared to bring the fleet back to life. Today, we not only revive our ships, we reignite our spirit, Morgan declared, his voice steady. Let's show the galaxy what humanity is capable of. In the hangar, engineers worked feverishly. The first ship, the Aegis Asterisk, emerged from its decades-long slumber. It was a behemoth, its hull gleaming in the fluorescent lights, a mixture of retro-futuristic design and advanced technology that had withstood the test of time. As the team ran diagnostics, the ship hummed to life, and cheers erupted throughout the hangar. But the elation was tinged with unease. Many wondered if they could truly harness the fleet's full potential. Meanwhile, the public buzzed with excitement outside the base. Thousands had gathered, united in their cause, ready to witness the rebirth of humanity's ancient power. Claire, Alex's mother, stood on a makeshift stage, addressing the crowd with fervor. This is not just about saving my son. It's about standing against oppression. Together, we will show the Galactic Council that humanity will not be subjugated. As the crowd roared in agreement, Commander Morgan and his team initiated the activation sequence. One by one, the ships sprang to life. The Asterisk Valor Asterisk, Asterisk Defiant Asterisk, and Asterisk Vanguard Asterisk followed suit, each one awakening to a chorus of cheers. The engineers pored over their consoles, calibrating weapons systems and testing the ship's warp drives, a flurry of activity that mirrored the hearts of those waiting outside. Yet, as the excitement built, Morgan's mind was clouded with doubt. Memories of battles lost haunted him, strategies that had failed, comrades who had fallen. He knew they were not only facing the Council, they were challenging a deep-seated prejudice that humanity had fought against for generations. Would they be prepared to confront not just the Council's military might, but also the ingrained beliefs that devalued their existence? Just then, a voice crackled over the intercom. "Commander, we have a secure transmission coming in from one of our embassies." Morgan turned to the screen as a hologram flickered to life, revealing a familiar face, General Reyes, Earth's ambassador to the Galactic Council. His expression was grave. "Commander, we've received disturbing intel. The Council is mobilizing a fleet of their own. They know about the Aegis Asterisk and the other ships. They're preparing to intercept you before you can reach Alex." The room fell silent, tension thickening the air. Morgan felt a surge of urgency. "We need to move quickly. Prepare the fleet for departure. We're not just fighting for Alex, we're fighting for the very essence of who we are." As the team worked frantically to finalize preparations, Claire's voice rang out again, louder this time. "We can't let fear stop us. We have to trust in our strength in each other." With the last of the ships primed and ready, the hangar doors opened, revealing the vast expanse of the sky. The ships soared into the air, their engines roaring to life. The crowd erupted into cheers, their voices rising in a crescendo of hope and defiance. As the fleet assembled above, a brilliant formation of humanity's resolve, Morgan took a deep breath. This was it, the moment they would either soar to new heights or fall into despair. With a final glance at the horizon, he commanded, "Engage warp drive. Let's bring Alex home." The ships blurred into streaks of light as they shot into the cosmos, ready to face whatever awaited them in the depths of space. The battle for justice had begun. The ancient fleet surged through the cosmos, a brilliant array of lights slicing through the star-speckled darkness. Commander Morgan stood at the helm of the Aegis Asterisk, feeling a mix of exhilaration and anxiety. The ships were a living testament to humanity's spirit, and he could almost hear the pulse of the crew's determination as they raced toward the Galactic Council's homeworld. Status report. Morgan barked, his eyes scanning the myriad of monitors displaying vital information. Entering Council space in T-5 minutes, replied Lieutenant Chen, a skilled tactician with a knack for reading the ebb and flow of battle. We've detected a significant Council presence along our path. They've mobilized a fleet to intercept us. The revelation sent a ripple of tension through the command center. The once celebrated expedition was now a potential trap. Morgan felt the weight of responsibility pressed down on him. Prepare for evasive maneuvers. We'll need to outsmart them if we're going to get to Alex in time. As the fleet approached the Council's borders, the vastness of space transformed into a chaotic array of flashing lights and ominous shapes. Council ships loomed ahead, their sleek designs betraying an intimidating presence. A cacophony of alerts blared across the control room as enemy vessels began to lock onto their targets. Deploy shields and prepare weapon systems. Morgan ordered, adrenaline surging through him. He glanced at his crew, noting their focused expressions, each person acutely aware of the stakes at hand. Enemy ships are hailing us, Chen reported. They're demanding our surrender. Transmit our response, Morgan replied, a steely resolve hardening his voice. We will not yield. We come to reclaim one of our own. The Council ships advanced, a formation of sleek predators. As the Aegis braced for impact, the first shots rang out, illuminating the void with streaks of energy. Morgan maneuvered the ship with deft precision, narrowly avoiding a barrage aimed at their hull. Return fire, he commanded, and the crew sprang into action. The Aegis unleashed a volley of torpedoes, striking one of the smaller enemy vessels and sending it spiraling into the abyss. Cheers erupted from the crew, but Morgan knew better than to celebrate too soon. Steady, everyone. This is just the beginning, he cautioned. Focus on defense. The enemy fleet pressed on, their numbers overwhelming. Just as Morgan feared they might be outmatched, a streak of light flashed across the viewport. Another ship from Earth's fleet had joined the fray, piloted by a trusted ally, Captain Sarah Torres. Glad to see you made it, Commander, she shouted over the comms. We'll flank them on the right. Morgan grinned, adrenaline surging. Let's show them what we're made of. With the combined forces of the Aegis and Torres's ship, they executed a daring maneuver, splitting the Council fleet. The battle raged, each side trading blows. Morgan's tactical mind raced, strategizing in real time as he observed the enemy's patterns, identifying weaknesses. In the chaos, an ominous realization struck him. They weren't just fighting for Alex. They were fighting to redefine humanity's place in the galaxy. They needed to prove they were not to be underestimated, not just a collection of disparate cultures, but a united force. Suddenly, a critical message came through. Commander, we've intercepted Council communications. They're planning to initiate a full-scale assault on Earth if we don't back down. Chen exclaimed, urgency lacing his voice. No, we will not be intimidated, Morgan shot back, his resolve hardening. We will press on, for Alex and for every human who has ever been dismissed by those who underestimate us. With renewed fervor, the fleet surged forward, a living embodiment of humanity's fighting spirit. They pushed deeper into enemy territory, determined to reach the Council's stronghold and confront the very forces that threatened their future. In the depths of space, the battle unfolded like a symphony of destruction and resilience, each ship a note contributing to humanity's triumphant chorus. Morgan knew they had only one chance to save Alex, and in doing so, redefine their fate in the galaxy. With the stars as their witness, they would fight until their last breath, united as one. As the battle raged in the depths of space, the Aegis and its allied ships held their ground against the relentless onslaught of the Galactic Council's fleet. Meanwhile, on the command deck, Commander Morgan prepared to deploy a specialized infiltration team to breach the Council's headquarters and rescue Alex. "Lieutenant Chen, you'll lead the team," Morgan ordered, his voice steady despite the chaos outside. "You have a small window of opportunity while the Council is distracted by the battle. You must get in, locate Alex, and extract him before reinforcements arrive." Chen nodded, a determined glint in her eye. "Understood, Commander. We'll need a diversion to mask our approach." "Leave that to us," Captain Torres interjected, her confidence radiating through the tense atmosphere. "We'll create enough chaos to keep their attention focused on the fleet." The infiltration team quickly gathered, comprised of elite soldiers trained for covert operations. They donned advanced stealth gear designed to evade sensors and cloak their movements. Among them was Sergeant Alonso, a tech specialist known for his quick thinking and resourcefulness. "Ready to move?" Chen asked, adjusting her gear. "Always," Alonso replied, checking his equipment. "I've hacked into the Council's surveillance systems. We'll have a clear path once we're inside." With the plan set, the team boarded a small stealth shuttle, slipping away from the Aegis as it engaged the enemy. They navigated through the debris of the ongoing battle, the shuttle's advanced cloaking technology rendering them nearly invisible. As they approached the Council's stronghold, a vast, imposing structure floating among the stars, Chen's heart raced. The walls shimmered with alien technology, a fortress designed to intimidate and imprison. They touched down on a secluded platform, cloaked in shadows. "Let's move," Chen whispered, leading the team through a hidden entrance. Inside, the corridors hummed with activity, council members and guards bustling about, unaware of the impending infiltration. Alonso worked swiftly, his fingers flying over his device as he accessed the Council's security feeds. "I've got eyes on the area," he murmured, scanning for Alex. "There's a holding cell on the lower levels, but it's heavily guarded." "Then we'll have to create a distraction," Chen decided. "Alonso, can you disable the security systems temporarily?" "Consider it done," he replied, a determined smile forming as he initiated a sequence on his device. The lights flickered as the security systems began to malfunction. Alarms blared, and chaos erupted in the corridors as guards rushed to respond. "Now's our chance," Chen shouted, leading her team deeper into the heart of the stronghold. Navigating through the labyrinthine corridors, they reached the lower levels where Alex was being held. The heavy door to the holding cell loomed before them, its design sleek but fortified. "Let me handle this," Alonso said, kneeling before the door's panel. His fingers danced over the controls, inputting codes and bypassing security measures. The door clicked and slid open, revealing a dark cell. Inside, Alex stood, his eyes wide with surprise and relief. "You came for me," he exclaimed, his voice a mix of disbelief and hope. "We're getting you out of here," Chen replied, ushering him forward. "We need to move quickly before they realize what's happening." But just as they turned to leave, a squad of guards rounded the corner, weapons raised. "Stop right there," one of them shouted, their voices cold and commanding. "Alonso, now," Chen shouted. With a flick of his wrist, Alonso activated a flash grenade, filling the corridor with blinding light and deafening noise. The guards faltered, disoriented. Chen seized the moment, rushing forward and subduing the nearest guard with a swift maneuver. "Keep moving," she urged, leading Alex and her team back down the corridor, adrenaline pumping through their veins. They sprinted toward the exit, dodging stray shots from the disoriented guards behind them. The sounds of chaos echoed through the stronghold, but they pressed on, their determination unwavering. Just as they reached the shuttle bay, a group of council reinforcements appeared, blocking their path. "You will not escape," one of the guards snarled. Ken exchanged a glance with her team. "We're not done yet," she said, steeling herself for the fight ahead. With Alex safely in their midst, they would face whatever awaited them, united in their resolve to reclaim their future. As the guards charged forward, the infiltration team prepared for the battle of their lives, each heartbeat resonating with the hope of saving not just Alex, but all of humanity. The atmosphere in the shuttle bay crackled with tension as the council guards advanced, their weapons raised and expressions fierce. Chen squared her shoulders, adrenaline surging through her veins. "We need to hold them off long enough to escape. Alonzo, can you override the shuttle controls?" "Already on it," he shouted, fingers flying over his device as he hacked into the shuttle's systems. "Just give me a few seconds." "Alex, stay close to me," Chen urged, positioning herself protectively in front of him. The boy nodded, his eyes wide but filled with determination. As the guards closed in, the team sprang into action. Chen and her soldiers took cover behind crates, firing back with precision. Bolts of energy shot through the air, illuminating the darkened bay. One of the guards went down, but more surged forward, relentless in their pursuit. "Keep firing," Chen commanded, her heart pounding. She could feel the weight of the mission pressing down on her. This wasn't just about saving Alex. It was about sending a message to the council that humanity would not be trampled. "Almost there," Alonzo called out, his voice strained with concentration. The lights on his device flickered as he worked to unlock the shuttle. With a surge of energy, Chen darted out from behind cover, taking down another guard with a well-aimed shot. But as she did, a chilling voice rang out from the shadows. "You think you can escape so easily?" The voice belonged to a council representative, the same one who had sentenced Alex to death. He emerged from the darkness, flanked by two imposing guards, his eyes narrowed with contempt. "You've made a grave mistake. Humans are not meant to challenge the council." "Not today," Chen replied, her resolve unwavering. "We're here to take back what's ours." The representative's lips curled into a mocking smile. "You're fighting a losing battle. We've already mobilized forces to obliterate your fleet. By the time you reach your precious home, you'll find nothing but ashes." Chen felt a cold wave of dread wash over her, but she pushed it aside. "We'll see about that. We won't back down, and neither will our allies." As the representative opened his mouth to respond, Alonzo shouted, "Got it. The shuttle is ready. Let's move." Chen ordered, turning to sprint toward the vessel. The guards were closing in, but they had the advantage of surprise. They leaped aboard the shuttle, and Alonzo immediately initiated the launch sequence. The engines roared to life, shaking the small craft as it began to lift off the ground. "Cover us," Chen shouted, taking aim at the guards who were still trying to breach the shuttle's entry. Her team opened fire, holding the line as the shuttle ascended. Just as they cleared the hangar bay, the representative's voice rang out once more, filled with anger. "You'll pay for this insolence. The council will not forget." Ignoring his threats, Chen focused on getting them to safety. The shuttle broke through the atmosphere, revealing the vastness of space around them. Alonso quickly plotted a course back to the Aegis asterisk, and they felt the ship accelerate as they escaped the Council stronghold. Once they were safely out of immediate danger, Chen exhaled deeply, her heart still racing. "Alex, are you okay?" she asked, turning to the boy. "I'm fine," he replied, though his face was pale. "Thank you for coming for me." "We couldn't leave you behind," Chen said, her voice softening. "You're more important than you realize. You've shown us that humanity has untapped potential, and now we have to show the Council just what that means." As the shuttle hurtled through space, the team shared a moment of relief. But there was no time to rest. They needed to rejoin the fleet and prepare for what lay ahead. Morgan's voice came through the comms, a mixture of pride and urgency. "Infiltration team, report status." "We've got Alex," Chen replied, her voice steady. "We're en route to you now. We need to regroup and strategize. The Council won't give up easily, and they've already threatened Earth." "Understood. We'll be ready for them," Morgan said, his tone resolute. "We're not just fighting for one child. We're fighting for the future of humanity." As they approached the Aegis asterisk, Chen felt a surge of hope. They had accomplished the impossible. They had retrieved Alex from the Council's clutches. But the battle was far from over, and they needed to prepare for the confrontation that would define their fate. United as a team, they steeled themselves for the next challenge, ready to face the Council and demand justice, not just for Alex, but for all of humanity. The fire of rebellion burned brightly within them, and they would fight until the very end. The Aegis asterisk loomed in the distance as Chen piloted the shuttle toward the flagship. As they docked, the air was thick with anticipation and urgency. Morgan awaited them in the hangar bay, flanked by military personnel who were prepared for the next phase of their mission. "Welcome back, infiltration team," Morgan greeted, a proud smile breaking through his previously stern demeanor. "And Alex, it's good to have you with us." Alex stepped forward, his expression a mixture of relief and determination. "Thank you for saving me. I won't let you down." "We're all counting on each other," Morgan replied, his voice steady. "Now we need to focus. The Council won't take kindly to our intrusion. We must act quickly." Inside the Aegis asterisk, the crew assembled in the command center, faces lit by the glow of multiple monitors displaying tactical data. Maps of the Council's territory flickered across the screens, pinpointing the locations of their ships and installations. "Intel suggests they're regrouping for a counter-offensive," Lieutenant Chen reported. "They'll be ready to strike back soon." Alonso chimed in. "I hacked into their communication network while we were inside. They're planning to hit Earth directly, aiming to demonstrate their power and quell any resistance." Morgan's expression hardened. "We cannot allow that. We need to protect our home while sending a clear message to the Council. Humanity will not be bullied." As strategies were discussed, Claire joined the meeting, her presence a calming force. "We need to rally support from other worlds," she said. "There are factions within the Council that may sympathize with our cause. We should reach out and build alliances." Morgan nodded. "That's a solid plan. Alonso, can you create a secure communication channel with potential allies?" "Absolutely," he replied, already typing commands on his console. "I can also intercept any Council communications that might tip us off about their movements." The meeting continued, plans solidifying. The Aegis asterisk would lead the charge, with smaller vessels providing support. They would split their forces, sending a detachment to Earth to prepare for the Council's attack, while the main fleet engaged in a diversionary tactic. "Let's show them what humanity is capable of," Morgan declared, his voice ringing with conviction. We've already defied the odds once. Now we have to take the fight to them. With the plan in place, the fleet readied itself for departure. As the ships assembled, a sense of unity surged through the ranks. Each crew member understood the stakes. They were not just fighting for their own lives, but for the future of their species. As they launched into the void, the fleet formed a striking formation against the backdrop of stars. The journey to the Council's primary installation would take them deep into contested space. Their course was set, but they knew the Council would not sit idly by. Hours passed in tense silence as they approached the Council's stronghold. The monitors displayed incoming enemy ships, a vast armada forming to challenge them. Morgan felt the weight of responsibility press upon him. Prepare for combat. He commanded, his voice firm. Stay sharp. This will be our greatest test yet. We are not just fighting for survival, we are fighting for our identity. The enemy fleet surged forward, a wall of dread and determination. As the first shots were exchanged, the Aegis shuddered with the impact of enemy fire. Alonso's fingers flew over his console, coordinating defensive maneuvers. Shields holding at 70%, he reported, but they're intensifying their assault. Return fire. Focus on their lead ships, Morgan ordered. We need to break their formation. The crew responded with fervor, the Aegis unleashing a barrage of weaponry, streaks of energy illuminating the darkness. The clash of ships created a symphony of chaos, a cacophony of explosions and cries that reverberated through the void. In the midst of battle, Chen glanced at Alex, who was monitoring the tactical displays. "You ready for this?" she asked, her tone light despite the tension. "I've never been more ready," he replied, determination shining in his eyes. The Council forces regrouped, relentless in their pursuit. But humanity's spirit had awakened, and they fought with a tenacity born of desperation and hope. As the battle intensified, Morgan steered the Aegis deeper into the fray, aware that the fate of humanity rested on their shoulders. They would face the Council, not just as individuals, but as a united force, determined to reclaim their destiny. The storm was gathering, and they would meet it head-on. The battle raged around the Aegis, vibrant flashes of energy illuminating the dark void of space as Council ships and human vessels collided in a fierce dance of survival. Commander Morgan steeled himself, focusing on the tactical displays before him. The fate of Earth and the future of humanity lay within their grasp, and he could not afford to waver. "Status report," he barked, his eyes darting across the screens. "Shields are holding at 60%. Alonso shouted, sweat beading on his brow. "But they're targeting our weapon systems. If we don't break their lines soon, we'll be sitting ducks." "Chen, redirect power to forward shields." Morgan commanded, his mind racing. "We need to push forward and create a breach." "On it." Chen replied, her hands dancing over her controls. The Aegis shuddered again as an enemy ship exploded to their starboard, the shockwave rippling through their vessel. "Commander!" Incoming transmission from the Council flagship. Alonso warmed, urgency in his voice. Morgan frowned. "Patch it through." The face of the Council representative, cold and calculating, appeared on the main screen. "Morgan, you are a fool to think you can challenge us. Surrender now, and perhaps we will show you mercy. Otherwise, your defiance will cost you everything, your ship, your allies, and your precious home." "Mercy," Morgan replied, a fierce fire igniting in his chest. "You took an innocent child and executed him without a thought. You think we will bow down to your tyranny? No, We will fight, and we will win." With that, Morgan cut the transmission, the look of determination etched on his face. "Prepare to engage their flagship. We're taking the fight to them." The Aegis surged forward, its engines roaring with renewed energy. Alonso redirected power to the weapons systems, the ship humming with potential as they charged toward the heart of the Council fleet. "Firing on their flagship," Alonso announced, pressing the button to launch a volley of torpedoes. The bright streaks hurtled through space, striking the Council ship and igniting a chain reaction of explosions. "Good shot," Chen shouted, grinning as they maneuvered the Aegis through the chaos. But they had little time to celebrate. Enemy fighters were swarming around them, a relentless wave intent on vengeance. As they fought through the throng, Morgan's voice rang out above the din. "Focus fire on their command center. We need to cripple their leadership." The Aegis unleashed a barrage of fire, striking critical points on the Council flagship. Alonso monitored the tactical feeds, his heart racing as he spotted vulnerable openings. "Commander, we've taken out their primary weapon systems. They're vulnerable," he reported, excitement in his voice. "Now's our chance. All ships, concentrate fire." Morgan commanded, his voice steady and powerful. As the fleet united in their assault, the Council flagship began to falter, the once mighty vessel listing under the weight of their combined firepower. In the chaos, Morgan caught a glimpse of movement on the command deck, a figure cloaked in shadows, a Council leader scrambling to secure a last-minute escape. "Prepare boarding teams," Morgan shouted, realizing this could be their opportunity to confront the Council directly. "We're not just going to defeat them, we're going to hold them accountable." With the ship crippled, they executed a swift boarding maneuver, the team using shuttles to infiltrate the enemy vessel. The corridor walls pulsed with alien technology, but their resolve was unshakable. "Stick together," Chen instructed, her weapon at the ready as they advanced through the narrow passageways. As they moved deeper into the flagship, they encountered Council guards, fierce and desperate to defend their leaders. A fierce battle erupted, echoes of gunfire reverberating through the halls. Finally, they reached the command center, where the Council representatives stood, flanked by elite guards. "Foolish humans," he spat, anger and disbelief etched across his features. "You think you can change the course of history?" "Yes," Morgan said, stepping forward unyielding. "We will no longer be oppressed. We stand as one, and we will not be silenced." With a final push, the team overwhelmed the guards, disarming them and surrounding the Council representative. "You'll answer for your actions," Morgan declared, his voice filled with conviction. "For Alex and all the lives you've disregarded." The Council representative faltered, his bravado evaporating in the face of the united front of humanity. "You think this is over? There are more of us, and we will return." "Let them come," Chen replied, her voice resolute. "We will be ready. Humanity has awakened, and we will never back down again." With the Council's stronghold crumbling and the tide turning in their favor, Morgan felt the weight of hope settling within him. They had not only fought for Alex, they had fought for every human who had ever felt small in the vast universe. As they prepared to return to the Aegis, a renewed sense of purpose coursed through the team. This was just the beginning, and together they would forge a future where humanity would stand proud, united and unyielding against any who sought to diminish their spirit.